John Davis, absolutely one of the best.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
Liplock, I see all that trash you talking in the chat. I got that picture from your Facebook page, and it was under the family section. Said that was your sister. That's where it come from. That's where it come from. No, it's part of Weird Wednesdays this April 17th, 2024. Checking in good and early at you, 9:01 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Angela V, Burnt Dirt, Poppy Red, Lip Lock, Blue Eyes, Burnt Dirt. Burnt Dirt brought us today's story to us. We're gonna get to it in a minute. We got a couple things that's transpired. We can talk about this morning. Remember yesterday I've talked about it all week. I'm a loyal watcher of the Ziggy saga. I'd said everybody seems to be fairly positive about the situation. Almost. What kind of rehab is Fred Hill in anyway? Even I know you're not supposed to start a relationship in recovery. He seems to act like rules don't apply to him, like getting his CHRP taken away and then borrowing someone else's and getting everyone's taken away. I know, I'm being negative, but just calling it like I see it. I get the feeling there's finally someone that is not in support of the situation. Also, she reports, I've talked to Laura White, Fred Hill's ex-girlfriend. She asked me to tell everyone thank you for their supportive comments. She really appreciates them. She's trying to stay strong, stay on her feet. A situation like hers would be hard enough to deal with, even without all the social media exposure. So, I guess the good news is Laura A-OK, making it through. Even though the paparazzi's been on her ass, hounding her. Paparazzi's been spotted hounding Laura out on the farm. She's making it through. I just stay off Facebook. Because I can't see anybody being that invested, really. Couldn't hear you, then I realized my volume was turned off. LMAO. I thought it was interesting. I think that maybe that's what's good about YouTube, though. It keeps everybody honest because it seems like no matter the situation, you're going to have yourself a yin and a yang. Right? I thought he had something too, but everything balances out. And I called him or talked to him. He called you back. Yeah. A yin and a yang. Everything balances out. So, Randy seems to can't take it to another room for her phone call, so I guess y'all gonna hear whatever she's talking about. I don't know.
Okay. 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 Mm-hmm.
Everything cool?
Supposedly, Chase is sent the secretary an email that needs something early. And it didn't come from my email.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, message him and see what's going on. Sorry, y'all had a little issue. Apparently, my son's trying to be slick. You're busted if you're watching. I don't think he's watching though. I don't know. I do think the yin and the yang thing's what keeps everybody honest though. You know, somebody's gonna call some stuff out and be like, "Well, that's not all. I don't know what y'all are watching, but this is going on." Keeps everybody honest. You know, there's even people out there that seem to think Seth Rogers has something to do with Sebastian. There's always people on the other side of the issue. It's called a democracy. Right, Brandy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to Weird Wednesday. And this is crazy. Burnt Dirt sent me this, so y'all can thank her for this wildness. This right here is Adam Hetke. Let me pull the story up. I don't want to get none of this wrong because this is a wild story about this character. The title is "I'm the Devil." Transvestite vampire faces murder trial following conviction for essaying disabled girl. And that's just one of the many offenses, as you're going to learn. Cross-dressing sex offender who identifies as a female vampire has been convicted of essaying a 16-year-old mentally handicapped girl. Adam Hetke, who calls himself Sabrina and previously assumed the transgender persona Morrigan. I guess it's supposed to be like Morrigan, sounding vampirish because they go with 2 R's, is also suspected of murdering a disabled man, 28-year-old Thompson Moody. I have his picture too. His name's Vidal Thompson Moody. So he just got convicted of the essay of the mentally handicapped girl. Now this is the guy he's up for murdering. This 28-year-old young man here. This background is going to blow your mind. Oh crap! How do I get the? Hold on one second, y'all. How this guy has been out as long as they have doing this stuff is wild. Morgan, here we go. He was convicted in 2007 of a second-degree assault involving the use of force. Hetke's victim was a woman who worked at a housing facility where he had taken residence. Hetke, whose pronoun choices the New York Post made a point of using, grabbed the victim and attempted to strip her, but she managed to get away and alert the authorities. Head of Hetke's release in 2016 that he was still considered a serious offender with a high probability to reoffend. And it says, just as they had predicted, Hetke once again preyed on the innocent. He seems to go after like vulnerable people. 2019, Adam was convicted of 2nd and 4th degree essay. Despite being an obvious danger to the community, he was cut loose once again. Around that time of his release from prison in 2020, the Waukesha Police Department issued an alert indicating Hetke had begun identifying as transgender and would be homeless. Months later, he began attacking especially vulnerable persons In 2021, Hecky was charged with first-degree SA by threatening the use of a dangerous weapon, second-degree SA of a mentally ill victim. His SA victim was a 16-year-old mentally handicapped girl he met at a gas station in Waukesha, Wisconsin on July the 6th. Brandishing a knife and claiming to be a vampire, Hecky told the girl he would bite her if she failed to comply with his instructions. He followed her home, maintained the threat of violence with his knife, and brutally SA'd the minor. So apparently he took her all the way back home at knife point. Police arrested Hecky after the event, noting that he was wearing a one-piece bathing suit under his clothes at the time and still holding the knife. Hecky was deemed fit to stand trial and ineligible for the insanity plea. He was convicted on both counts on April 11th. His sentencing has been scheduled for June 7th. Appears, however, that he may end up doing a far longer stint in prison this time around. He has been charged in connection with the slaying of Vidal Thompson, that's this gentleman here, who allegedly he murdered just months earlier. Man. This dude, he has had so many issues, and they said way back in the day that he shouldn't be released. He is a danger, right? And look at all the stuff he's done. According to his mother, Serena Thompson, the victim was originally expected not to live past the age of 3. However, I got a picture of his mom too. I feel bad for this lady. I think from the way it read, she's done a lot to help get this dude busted. The victim was originally, hold on. He defied all expectations and enriched his community, participating in the Special Olympics, serving as peacemaker like his pastor grandfather, and even securing a spot at the University of Wisconsin Whitewater before his death. Ain't that horrible? Thompson Moody's body was found by police in a residence where Hecky was living with 2 other individuals. The victim had a 15-foot electrical cord underneath him, along with marks both on his neck and forehead. One of the 2 witnesses, who was reportedly with Hecky at the time of the alleged murder, told police that Hecky had invited Thompson Moody to come over to the house. When the victim arrived, the criminal complaint indicated Hecky ordered him around and bullied him. Well, I hope them dudes are in some deep shit too. They act like they were just witnesses. They sat back and watched all this go on. There are competing claims about what happened next, although Hecky is accused of tightening the cord around the victim's neck while making claims about removing demons from his body. Hecky had apparently impressed upon one witness that he could inject demons into people's bodies. Female witness claimed that Hecky wanted to kill the victim for being disrespectful and had attempted multiple times to strangle Thompson Moody before the other residents went to sleep. Despite his denials, Hecky apparently bragged to witnesses about killing Thompson Moody after getting out of jail, reported the Post. Criminal complaint alleges that Hecky said, "I killed him. God can't bring him back, but I can because I'm the devil." This dude is dark as hell, ain't he? Hecky was not formally connected to the murder until after he essayed the 16-year-old girl in Waukesha. So they didn't know about him at the time, apparently. Ultimately, Serena Thompson, the Daily Mail indicated, ultimately took Serena Thompson actively tracking down and interviewing witnesses to get police to re-arrest Hecky. So that was his mom. Being that they didn't let this person go and commit another crime, it hurt Serena Thompson sold the Sentinel. It could have been prevented. Wisconsin is not a death penalty state. Man, that's a scary dude, man. Somebody, I think in his mind, it's hard to tell what he actually believes. He's obviously confused, you know. That's a scary looking dude. A lady. Whatever. I don't think you should be out amongst other people when you're talking about you can bring people back from the dead and all that. That's some scary shit right there. Hi, Jody Sue Brown. How's it going? Hetke is a scary individual. Look at it. I didn't even count how many times he had been accused, or how many times he had been arrested, but it was quite a few. That's scary as hell. That's almost like Dahmer. I think all Dahmer's victims were black. It doesn't, well, I think this guy or this person was just going to take out whoever was standing in the way. Whoever was vulnerable, I mean, that's who they were after. Poor young man, Special Olympics, that's how you get taken out. And it's so odd, man. Like I haven't seen, I just seen this morning, but I haven't seen a lot about it. But you would think with them other people there, they should maybe be charged with something. You find the guy with the cord wrapped around him. They're telling you he did it. They just sit there and apparently watch that shit. Is that a dude? It's a transgender female. Adam is who it is. Vampire, I think, is how they identify, actually. And that was the threat he was using on the girl he attacked. He was going to bite her. He's a vampire. Imagine how scared that poor girl had to be. That person telling you they got a knife on you, telling you they're going to bite you, they're a vampire. That'd be some horrible shit. Horrible for a young girl, especially. Well, for anybody. Encountering that. Walk back from the gas station with her, holding the knife on her, apparently, all the way home. I'm assuming it, you know, like I said, I just seen this morning. She lived, where was everybody else when they got back from the gas station? Did she live alone at 16? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. That's some weird stuff. Like I said, I just seen it. Apparently, this fool seems like the type, he might have had some more victims because there's big gaps where I guess he was just apparently not doing shit. Adam Hetke. Murderer, multi-offender, bad person. What? What all cups are in here?
Cup cups.
I don't see none. All those. Everybody, welcome Brandy to the show. How's it going? Rough morning? You get that straightened out?
I guess. Kids, I tell you, they're hateful.
Yeah, there you go. Burnt Dirt explains it the best. Transgender woman who identifies as a vampire says he's the devil. That would explain it in a nutshell.
That's weird.
Has a murder under his belt. Young disabled black man, and has
Why would you do that? That's crazy.
An assault on a young disabled girl.
Wow. Non-disabled people because they can't defend themselves.
More vulnerable, I guess.
That's sick.
Right? You want to see what it looks like?
Mm-hmm.
Scary thing to have to imagine having a knife on you as a young kid, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I've seen that on YouTube or somewhere on his face.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
This ain't too old. He still hasn't, I don't think, been to trial for the murder.
He would repeat what I'm sure he'd do that to other people too if he's out loose.
There's the murder victim, Vidal Thompson Moody.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, what got his case attention and dude locked up?
Mm-hmm.
His mom out there hustling,
Good.
putting shit together, helping out.
Good.
See, there's a good example of getting justice for your child, ain't it? She needs to set an example. I know some moms she should probably talk to.
Wow.
Give them some tips. You know?
He's not the greatest looking thing, is he? That's for sure.
Adam.
Mm-hmm.
That's Adam. Goes by Morrigan.
I would run the other way. Creepy.
It's kind of like Morgan, but puts an extra R in it to give you that vampire flow.
People or no?
Morrigan.
They're just strangers who come across.
No, the girl, he jacked her at the gas station. She walked to the gas station. He grabbed her at the gas station, walked her back with a knife.
Wow, that's sick.
And that's why I said I wish I'd have known more. I just seen this morning.
Oh.
I'd like to understand, well, when he walked her back to her house, was there nobody there? She's 16-year-old and disabled. You wouldn't think she lived alone, would you?
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. That's weird. That's really creepy to, I don't know, attack
Walk into the gas station, poor girl, and look what it runs into that. Talks about being the devil and can bring people back from the dead.
This coffee sucks. It's strong, isn't it?
Is it?
Uh-huh.
I was just happy to have some coffee. I was like, yeah, it's great.
Well, it's Starbucks, but it's like the dark roast or whatever. It's way too dark.
You didn't put any milk or nothing in it?
Yeah, I can still taste it. Like the overwhelming strong taste.
Good morning, all. Still, that dude is scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary being threatened with being bitten. Ugh. I'm not. Ugh.
I seen a case yesterday. It's girl went on a date with a guy, first date. He killed her, cut her up. They're finding body parts all different places. They're trying to find the rest of her. Was it a
Tinder situation or?
I'm not for sure. I know they hadn't been on any other dates. It was the first one. It's creepy. You never know who you'll run into.
I tell you, man, I don't think I would like dating the way it's done now.
Yeah, you would have to do it in public place if you're a woman. Meeting somebody. But then they
if
get
you're a
your
dude.
What if they get your number and your address and you get a stalker, You go on a date with somebody, that'd be bad. Your information's out there. Your picture's out there. They could find you. It's easy nowadays.
Can you imagine this guy walking behind you on the sidewalk? Turn around, there he is, and you look down in his hand, there's a damn knife. I'd be like, oh, time to get busy. Mr. Miyagi, leg sweep, paint the fence. Or no.
They should have something. If you're walking by yourself, you should have something to defend yourself.
You want to sand the floor against a knife attack. Sand the floor. That's the sweep. I used to take karate. I told you that, right?
all the creepy stuff that happens nowadays.
Yellow belt.
And the pink belt. Whatever that is.
I don't think there is a pink belt. It's karate, not Barbie dress up, okay?
Mm-hmm. You haven't seen Karate Barbie?
Check out Burnt Dirt. She's got the story you were talking about, the link.
There you go.
Law and crime. Who the F would do something like this to my beautiful baby? Man arrested after woman's leg found in lake following first date. Ooh. Leg found in the lake?
Yeah, he supposedly just, went around the county and started putting body parts in different places. Sick.
Man, it takes a special kind of person that can do that. There's no way I could do that.
Mm-mm.
I can barely cut up the chicken. I couldn't imagine taking somebody apart limb by limb. There's no way. My stomach wouldn't handle it, for one thing. There's no way.
Yeah. I don't think people just get to that stage. I think they're probably thinking about it for a long time before they act.
I think it's got to be part of your sickness to do that, because you don't have to do that. There are other options besides that. You choose to do that, right? I think it shows more evil in somebody that can do that. I think it shows a deeper level of evil when you can take your victim and cut them into pieces.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And then for this person, it was a stranger too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just met first date, right?
Yep. Pretty girl.
Yeah, and it's incredibly difficult to do as well. Good point. The lab.
Yeah, put a lot of effort into it usually.
Yeah, it's not easy.
People say, yeah, I did it just to get rid of the body and evidence, but come on. If you're thinking about that and you're going to do something to somebody, you've been thinking about it a while, coming up with a plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's part of your plan, usually.
I got probably about, though now that I think about it, I probably have 3 things in my house that I could take a body apart with. I got a chainsaw, a skill saw, and a reciprocating saw. That's used for like destroying houses and shit. But the act would just be so horrible. I can't imagine how much blood you would get doing that.
Mm-hmm. Nasty.
Wherever you do that's going to be a crime scene, unless you straight up dexter it and you're really good at it. How that's the only way you can pull that off. I don't.
Yeah, it'd be hard to pull off. I just don't get these people that do stupid crimes, and especially people that planned it. Like these 4 people that killed the 2 ladies.
Yeah.
They thought they were.
You thought this out?
Yeah, they thought they were going to get away with it, and their plan is so good. Their plan sucked.
Their plan sucked because apparently it was like common knowledge if you were around these people what they were doing.
Yeah, and
the way it seemed to me.
More than one person, it's risky. You got 4 people, plus the family of the people know you're up to something.
Yeah.
I think they thought they were above everybody else and could get out of it, probably. I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't know. That's why all these conspiracy theories about all the more people that know about the crime, the less likely you are to get away with it. And they had, I don't know, in the end, what, when it's all said and done, how many people probably had wind of this when it happened, Yep. I bet it's going to be a lot. And this little group they had, I still ain't got my mind around how serious that was or not.
What they were all about.
If that had anything to do with it or not. But I don't know. I still don't get willingly going along with that when it ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah, stupid, senseless crime.
Somebody else's custody battle I'm going to help kill some people for. I don't have friends like that.
No.
Do you have a friend you do that for?
No, I wouldn't even do it for a family member.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't. I'd be like, you're going to have to let the courts handle it, you know? That's all I can tell you. I ain't blocking the road for nobody. No.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have told me. Because now if you do it, guess what? I got to rat you out.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Then to kill the other lady, that's just awful. You know, she didn't have nothing to do with it. By chance, she was there that day. She wasn't even supposed to be there that day. That's messed up.
Yeah, and the comment too about her was, oh well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She's just as bad as what's her name. She's helping this custody thing happen, so she deserves what she's getting.
That's the kind of person that lady is. Set everything up. She's evil. Evil.
Josh brings up a good point. I don't like helping my friends move.
I know.
Me neither. Damned if I'm going to kill somebody for you or help. I'm not. I wouldn't block the road knowing that's what it's for. Nope. Nope.
Why would you risk your life? Somebody else's bad.
And it's not like the Twombleys was some losers. Like they didn't have shit and they were desperate and all this. They had a nice little cattle meat butchering operation going.
Yeah.
Right? And signed on for that. It's so weird to me.
And now, I know they have the one daughter, the 16-year-old. Now she's without no parents. You know?
Oh, not to mention the 6 from the 2 ladies. Mm-hmm. Ruined all these lives. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Think about the Twombleys. They have family. Now they're going to be like, what? But who knows, man? Maybe all these people are tied in and one crazy cult of, what did they call themselves? Damn, I can't remember that.
Anti-government. No, anti-something.
They were anti-everything. I know that. Some scary folks.
Thank goodness for the daughter, because she's the one that gave most of the information. Their daughter. 16-year-old.
The Twombly's daughter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the affidavit, that's who they're talking about. Gave them all that information. Or the 16-year-old.
She's the one that's what? The Twombleys are the ones that say that, though, about Kelly, right? She's just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because she asked them about what about her.
Yeah, the daughter did, yeah. Yep. That's most of the affidavit is what, her giving details, the daughter.
See, and they even put their child in that shit, you know?
Yep.
Had their child in that situation because the daughter was watching the kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Twombleys are some strange people. We're just going to shit our whole life away. We're going to get our daughter tied up into some wild nonsense, all for Granny.
Grandkids.
Not to have to share custody with the grandkids.
And probably, like you said, she made them feel bad, saying that the kids are getting messed with and stuff like that. But still, I still wouldn't do that for somebody. Kill somebody.
I still say people who have anything to do with anything about a cult are just susceptible to being taken advantage of. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But God, how just ignorant can you be to go along with that, with something that really ain't got shit to do with you? A custody battle for some woman who, I don't know. If it is a cult, apparently she's the leader, because you wouldn't just do that for a member of the congregation, would you?
That's what I'm thinking, maybe something to do with the cult that they had.
God, I wish I could remember the name now. That's irking me. You may remember what they called the little cult faction when they was talking about the missing women. What was it called? Oh, that's gonna
playing just stupid all
Fallen
over.
Angel?
Yeah.
No,
it's nothing like that. something weird. Fallen Angels, that's like a motorcycle game.
I thought that's what it kind of sounded like. I know somebody knows it. God's Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds. I think that's it. So is that what's up? Is that the leader of God's Misfits?
We don't know. Didn't know. And another thing, they're the first people that law enforcement's gonna look at, you know?
Yeah. Somebody's posting pictures of Candace and Sasquatch on Bigfoot with Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
Seen that today. Seen a lot of weird shit on Facebook.
Ziggy and Fred's marriage. They're married, y'all. I didn't know that.
We talked about that. I was telling them how Lisa Kay ain't much about it. It don't seem like. Because remember, we was talking about the other night how it seems like everybody seemed to be pretty positive.
Mm-hmm.
Then the yin found the yang.
Meant to be.
Her and Fred should have done it upright, you know.
Yeah, had a YouTube wedding.
Made it like a YouTube wedding. Mm-hmm. Who would have? We could have had Prayer Garden do the ceremony, act as the priest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh could have been Fred's best man. You could have been I would have. I'd have been an usher. Groom side, bride side.
Good for y'all if y'all really like each other, you know.
Now we know why Ziggy was so passionately defending Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At it for a while too.
It's different when you have feels for somebody. You probably see stuff in a whole different light.
They go way back from the very start. The summer case.
I think she said it's been a minute.
Maybe she can straighten them up and turn them around. Maybe.
Josh says, "Give me 2 months to grow my mullet out." We need to plan so we can haircut.
I wonder when they got married. It's been
the 8th.
No, not too long ago. Congratulations, you lovebirds. Congratulations.
I think they're legit, man.
Yeah, I think they really care for each other.
Like this picture here, this looks like Ziggy looks happy.
Yeah.
You know it?
Mm-hmm.
Fred, I don't know. I can't get a read on Fred. The picture is not great quality. Kind of poker facing it to me, but Ziggy looks tickled.
I think Ziggy might be good for him. Just maybe straighten him up. He needs a woman. Maybe, yeah.
Hey, damn right, man. A good woman will do a lot for you. I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe these two are actually in love for real. I do too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She is very happy. They married the day of the eclipse.
Oh. I wonder if they wore glasses at the wedding.
That's kind of epic, though, to line it up with the eclipse, ain't it?
Astrology or whatever you call it, it might have had something to do with that because she's into spiritual stuff.
Who's into spiritual stuff?
Ziggy.
Oh, that's right. She reads the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming she went to the cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jody Sue, fire away on the question. Let's see what you got.
Who?
Jody Sue.
Is she in here?
Weird part is the community here says it is all BS, and those three are taking YouTube for a ride.
I think it's real.
Really?
Who's saying that?
Who's three?
Laura.
Laura too? That would be wild, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's making me want to examine that birth certificate or that marriage certificate better.
Because she didn't come out and say it till later. Like she didn't want to pay attention on it. So she had to tell everybody.
I'm saying it's real. But damn it, I don't know. It would be wild if it turned out it wasn't, wouldn't it? Would it be the strangest shit that's ever happened?
No.
No.
No, like you're on YouTube. People do whatever. Seems like subs.
I'd be interested to hear Laura's take on it, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ziggy says Laura didn't have no interest in Fred anymore. Didn't do much with him or talk to him or anything.
Yeah, she acted like her and Fred was just basically roommates.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Gene Jackson says it would not surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Now, there's different levels to that too. Could it be that they got married all for the story? I mean, would you take it that far?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see when we start seeing like Fred on the couch during the live and stuff like that. Because right now, you know, it's a marriage on paper, basically, because they're not together.
Yeah. See, I don't think I would marry somebody if I didn't live with them first.
I think that's how she's got to end season 1. Is like her and Fred's on the phone and she's on a live and he's like, Ziggy, Big Daddy's coming home. And she's like, Fred, when? And he's like, I'm outside. Then boom, fade to black, right? Then season 2 begins with Fred's there. Fred's in the lives. Fred's dealing tarot cards. And see how long that situation.
They could have been on Love After Lockup.
Damn. They could have. I told you, I said this thing has TLC written all over it. I've said it for weeks. They could have. They could have. Now they could basically do you a 90-day fiance. Even though they're married, we could still get that first 90 days and see how things go. There's going to be stuff that bothers each other. You know it, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. You should live with somebody.
Ziggy don't look like she'd be great fun to live with, right? All the time. I could handle her in small doses, but he's going to be getting zigged 24/7, you know?
I think he knows if he married her. She is, hopefully.
Yeah, but you never know until you're living it, till you're there, right? I wish we had full camera access. Well, not full camera access. That could be too much.
Well, things had to happen for them to become married too, you know. Because she was with a boyfriend for a long time, or fiance. That he passed away, which was sad, remember?
Yeah. The thing is, Ziggy has never had any problem getting subscribers and views, and she wasn't lagging in the algorithm, so that would be pointless.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't think it's possible.
I don't see as it being super advantageous, right? I don't know.
I don't think it's fake. Hush. Hush.
Like I said, though, it's going to be a lot different once people are living together. That's when I think it's going to be interesting. You know, just to hear her talk about Fred ain't the same. People are there every day. Gets different. I remember I had a pen pal girlfriend when I was younger one time. She lived in Alabama. used to get a letter in the mail. That's before email. Back when you had to use the.
Yeah.
Took like 2 weeks, it seemed like, for a reply.
We used to do that for school. I talked to a lot of people in China, like people who write letters back and forth.
How did you read them? Could they write in
English? Yeah, most of them. See,
really?
Yeah. Over there, they learn English from very young age, like a second language. Here, we don't know nothing hardly but English. They say it's easiest to teach a kid like a baby. When they're learning English, Spanish too.
Yeah.
A different language.
Bert Dirt said that's true. She can wield some sticks and people show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that other people struggle, so I don't get it. What draws people in? Drama, I guess.
I genuinely pray and hope from my heart that Fred and Ziggy will be extremely happy together for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, everybody deserves somebody, I think.
I wish everybody good luck, man.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Well, most everybody.
I do.
Everybody?
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're just a person. What?
Okay.
Look, she brought her toy down here. She went to get her toy right down here, Harley. She went upstairs. I was wondering what she's doing. She brought her fish down here. Boy. What are you doing?
I think I'll...
Look at that. What are you doing with your toy?
She's showing off her fish. She has a fish that's about half the size of her. She carries it around the house.
Is that your toy?
Oh, did I mention Elijah? What happened?
Mm-mm.
Yesterday, I was talking about Elijah Vu and how this dude, Jesse Vang, was in court yesterday. He was scheduled right after I went off. Well, that went down. He pleaded not guilty,
No.
as expected.
No.
Did you think he was going to plead guilty?
Maybe.
I did.
No.
He ain't going to do the right thing.
No.
If they wanted to do the right thing, they'd tell where that little boy was. He ain't doing that. So, Harley, chill out. Chill out.
Too bad they can't lie to him and tell him that they found them to see if one of them would turn on the other one.
I tell you what.
They might be able to get some info that way.
I think that's the best way, is to somehow try to play them against each other.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, I don't know how I'd feel about a deal, a sweetheart deal.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I think I would take a deal if they tell you where he is, really.
I don't know where the family would stand on that.
Right.
Because the Vu family seems to be pretty good folks. The ones that are out helping and stuff, right?
They know where that little boy is.
You know they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know they know. We all know they know. But is there a point after they've been separated long enough, they finally one of them turns on the other one? I don't know.
How long can they keep him in jail right now? Do you know? On the charges a little while. On child abuse. Hopefully for a while.
His is felony level, his charge, and she's got a couple charges.
Yeah. Hers should be felony too. She's the mom. Let it go on. You know?
Yes.
Selfish people, I tell you.
It sucks though. They've been searching. He don't get a lot of headlines. They've been searching for him for quite a while. He's an Amber Alert too.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think the local area has done a lot of good, or the area has been good about helping search though. They get a lot of volunteers I've seen, and they schedule a lot of stuff. They do good locally for him, but you don't see a lot of. I guess there's just not much to know. They're in jail. They ain't speaking.
Right.
And apparently the car, They talked about the car for a while, like this was going to be the end all be all piece, and I haven't
Heard them.
I don't know what it told him, what it didn't, you know.
Right.
It's confusing. Law enforcement hasn't said much in his case
Not
at all.
lately, especially.
Nothing recently.
Who knows how long they had in between him, actually going missing and then reporting it to get rid of him,
Seems like there are a great number of cases anymore where the perpetrator uses having the body hidden as an ace of their sleeve to avoid the DP.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, criminals know how to work the system half the time.
One of them knows, though, man. I think he knows. If he knows, I don't know. I know when we was talking about that a lot, all them texts and stuff, it tells the story.
Oh, yeah.
Of what was going on.
Yep.
It's creepy too, man. They were like possessed people to me over this, seeing him as evil almost or something, that he had to be this disciplined and all this bullshit, man. It just seemed evil how they were about him. Makes me think, have we heard? No, I don't think so. I would almost think there's some drug activity for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Going on with this behavior and this
I think so.
Crap about he needs to be a man.
I don't know what drugs, but yeah, I think they're on something.
I think that's a meth thing, ain't it?
Maybe.
Remember that story we was talking about of the boy that they thought the baby was a demon, he said? I think that's wasn't that what he was on, was meth?
Something, yeah, like that.
See, meth come out late after I'd already grown up.
Yeah.
I never even tried meth.
I don't know anything about it either.
But if you hadn't ever tried it, you'd have to be the dumbest person on the planet to try it. There's this dude that was on Joe Rogan. I haven't heard how it turned out, but he said what he was going to do was, because he's tired of people talking about how hard it is to get off drugs, is he was going to himself get fully addicted to meth.
I remember that.
And then be like, now watch this.
I can get off of it.
And I can get off of it. And Joe Rogan was like, well, what happens if you're wrong? And he's like,
I'm not going to be wrong, probably. That's what he's thinking.
What was the question? All of a sudden he started tripping. Actually, I think he had already started doing meth because he seemed weird in the video.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just wild that you'd be willing to do that to prove a point, Even if he proves it, I guarantee you it's not going to be a smooth ride for him.
No.
There's no way.
Especially if he does it for a long period of time, not just a week or two, months, years.
Yeah, he can't just go like hit the pipe once and be like, all right, let's see how it works out. He's to make this accurate, I think he has to be in addiction a solid year before he can quit.
Yep. That would only be fair.
I mean, if he's that stupid to do something like that, then he ought to do it right. Let's make sure we have control groups and all this going on so we get an honest result. It's wild, though, that he would feel like he needed to champion that cause. I have to be the one to prove to everybody it's easy to get off meth.
And I don't even do meth.
And I've never done it.
No, so you wouldn't know, would you?
Seems like a weird thing to want to prove that it bothers him that bad that people talk about it's hard to get off drugs to where he wants to suffer.
Sorry.
Second time.
Well, the first time it was your child.
Okay. All right. I did an awful lot of coke back in the 80s, but I can say I've never done meth. That was lip lock. The 80s was a different time, wasn't it?
And the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Vang pleading not guilty is no shock. the fact they had him on how you do court now, all in front of a Zoom camera.
Like
That's just, I don't know, man. That's like I didn't like that Montgomery didn't have to be in court.
Yeah, that's not right.
I feel cheated by this Zoom shit too. I think you should have to be in the room with the jury, with the judge, with all of them. Anytime you do anything.
Yeah, he didn't have to be there.
It's a cop out being on camera at some other location to me.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think part of the process is making them this shit come out in front of a jury of their peers and all this in the process. It just seems cheesy to do it on the phone or on the Zoom meeting.
Yeah. I agree.
See the Zoom meeting where they was doing like it was a abuse case, and guy had been hitting his girlfriend, and there was like 4 cameras, right? And there was a restraining order, and they're like, you're not allowed, you're not supposed to be around blah blah. Well, both of them was on camera, and they're like, where are you at? And he's like, I'm just over blah blahs. And you hear the knock on the door, and he's like they had sent the cops there, and they busted him like right on the screen.
He's there with the lady.
He was there violating the protection order that they were on. I guess that's what the case was about, was, the restraining order that he was violating at trial.
Crazy.
It's weird, ain't it? System's weird nowadays, how shit works. The once beautiful woman who was once my best friend got totally strung out on that stuff, and it was one of the most horrific transformations I've ever seen in both physical attributes and personality. Yeah, that shit fries the brain. I think so much abuse from it on the brain is just lights out for you.
Yeah. It tears down your body inside out.
Hitler almost destroyed the entire world because he gave his military meth. I thought it was, was it meth?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was methadone he gave him, or
don't know.
Yeah, Hitler had the military ripped. I guess for that, if you coked up the U.S. Army, they'd probably be kind of more badass. I just don't know how long it would last till they were all junkies. And
yeah, really.
It'd be the end. Maybe if you could just do it for battle and then cut it off, but I don't think it'd work, do you? I have a feeling way shit's going one day. Everything's going to be legal. You just go to the gas station, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that's the trajectory we're on.
No, it's methamphetamine or meth. Hitler gave his military army.
It was meth?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was JSB, the historian, dropping that knowledge on us.
Yeah, that's what it said.
That's wild, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
No wonder the Germans were so raw. I always, Hitler was like there was nothing special about him.
No.
He somehow amassed all that in one lifetime. Is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
It almost makes you think he was evil, because to accomplish all the shit he had to accomplish would think there'd have to be somebody pulling for you. And I think that was the devil.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because Hitler wasn't nothing. It's not like he was some rich snob who had all this advantage, right?
He thought he was something, and he made something out of it, something evil, really.
I think that according to ancient aliens, if Hitler would have got his Bell thing working, we'd all be speaking German right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hitler had something coming. If the war wouldn't have ended when it did, I think they were a few advancements away. We got all the scientists, though, so you would think we would get whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the German scientists came to the U.S. A lot of them's what made NASA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like von Braun in the game.
project paperclip too. Oh, shit. What?
Is it trying to show us all the sounds your phone makes?
That was the alarm.
That was the alarm.
Mm-hmm. I think people should not bow down to any people. Movie stars, singers, you shouldn't sit there and worship people.
Burnt Dirt gifted one John Davis True Crime membership. Who's the lucky winner?
Okay, I'm not paying attention. I'll turn my alarm off. Let's see.
Thank you, Burnt Dirt.
I wasn't even on there.
Burnt Dirt gifted one more John Davis True Crime membership. We got 2 lucky winners.
Thank you. Let's see. Lip Lock No More. Got one. And
Lip Lock.
my monkey number 10.
I like them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Burnt Dirt. That was nice of you.
Yes, it was.
She did it right at the alarm too. We're at 1 hour and 1 minute. It was a pretty good show today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm haunted by the person we talked out in the beginning. Hope they never get out of jail.
Yeah, me either.
That
Sick.
was bad stuff. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming. All the mods for helping out. Burnt Dirt, thank you.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
See ya.
Brandy will be there.
Mm-hmm.